if you notice, laws and all that only get enacted when it's time to punish black people. Like there should have been a school shooter law enacted already. Ain't one.
Come on now.
It should be a shooting up crowd law. Like if you shoot up more than 1 or 2 or 3 people, it's automatic death sentence or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
a mass shooting.
Death sentence right off the bat, like no question. Like you shouldn't go to trial.
If you act like 5 or more people.
No, 2. Look,
shooting.
2 or more, because anything over 2 is a mass shooting. It could be 3, and they'll say mass shooting. So, if you kill over 2 people, man, like old girl from Pennsylvania that we talked about the other day that killed her 2 shorties, she just made it. Yeah. But the reason why we covering this anti-Asian racism thing. So hold up, I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that because there's no such thing as anti-Asian racism. It's only anti-black racism.
I did the puzzlement.
Yeah, the fake Asian racism. Cause listen, I just got off the phone. I just got off the phone with my guy who just happens to be Asian, and I'm trying to figure out where all this hate at. I don't got none. I don't know nobody with none. You know what I found interesting about these articles though?
What?
They all talk about how an Asian was pushed down. This is the only one that talks about a hit now to the nose. But guess what? They never describe the suspect. Have you noticed that?
Why they never know?
Have you noticed that?
They ain't never a description. I mean, never. The one was so vague.
No, they didn't even have one. He was a tall guy.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. That was so vague.
Hold up. A tall guy that he initiated communication with, but all of a sudden, he woke up in the hospital from fainting. What did the tall guy do? Who is the tall guy? In that case, I think that was a palm-colored individual.
And why was you out at night?
With all this Asian hate.
There's all this terrorism going on, terrorizing Asians. But you out at night walking around chilling.
Now, this story comes from NBC News, and it says, Asian America, violence against Asian Americans and why hate crime should be used carefully. Now,
banana tailpipe.
That's definitely a banana, but I'm gonna say, yeah, it should be used carefully. Not on the shit that they talking about, because I ain't heard nothing that constituted as a hate crime. Nothing. Because to me, well, hold on, wait a minute, let me bring that back. We can't chalk it up as a hate crime if we don't know said individual perpetrator's ethnicity.
Correct.
Right?
That they never seem to know.
We've read 7, 8, 9, 11, 30, 12 stories. Oh,
hold on. Remember the one with the picture of the dude?
Wasn't that 2 days ago? Wasn't that
kinda, and still didn't have a description.
He was Asian. We know that.
That's what I believe. That's the truth.
Because it happened in Chinatown. How many niggas you know walking around Chinatown popping shit off?
Come on,
like, if anything, a nigga be like, man, if I get one shit, they all might run up on me. That's something we ain't doing.
We ain't doing that.
But if you from Chinatown and that's how you get down, you definitely see. Does that mean that there's paid provocateurs perpetrating this shit? I mean, we already know that the police kicked off the property damage in Minnesota by busting AutoZone windows and, throwing bricks, and, we know that they fight from both sides. So
factual.
So they have their media apparatus put the propaganda out. Then they got they paid shills to go out and conveniently do some shit in front of security cameras. Conveniently. Then, not because it's a paid operative, it might look too set up if they use a black person. So they probably using Asian people because they'll blend in, right? They can get close to said individuals without any funny detection. I mean, how else was that tall guy able to walk up on that Asian guy at night during his brisk walk if he wasn't comfortable? Because if it was a black dude, he probably would have crossed the street.
And it implied that he barely communicated in English, since your daughter had to do all the talking. It was to an Asian publication. Your daughter told all the story.
Yeah, and also on some retro. That was like a 10-year-old story too, by the way.
Yeah, on top of it, that you wouldn't have known just from the title. So had we had not brought that to you and broke it down, it would have just been another story of another violent act.
Well, that's why this one is so juicy, because they going there now. Like they got a couple stories under their belt, all of which we probably have read, but they going there now, so they going for it. It says social media posts have confirmed conflated violence against people who are Asian American with hate crimes against the community at large, tying these crimes to the pandemic, racism. So during the pandemic, who was the people perpetuating the most racism? Who was the Karens and the Kens talking about go home, this our country, y'all gave us, this came from y'all? Who was actually even calling it the Wuhan and the China virus? Who was doing that? I know it wasn't black people. I mean, we used to being oppressed, so the last thing that we be trying to do is oppress others because we know what it feel like. Like, so that ain't even in our character or our MO. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we'll try to oppress our own people.
Hello.
Right? Because those the only ones that we feel power over. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we got a few dollars in our pocket. But we don't never have that same smoke or energy for anybody outside of the diaspora when it comes to that. Matter of fact, I ain't never even seen. Have you seen niggas like nut up on Africans or get it popping with some African dudes or something like that?
That's it. Now, I hold on. I have seen it, but it's been on some Somalians.
Well, I'm from Minnesota like you are, and we do know that there are Somalians that think they black, fuck with black, and then there's Somalians that I'm not like those Akata.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Somalians.
Okay, okay. Not the ones that was Akata? The Katas?
Nah.
Okay.
No, I seen some of the other, yeah.
Because, I mean, like, yeah, that's the only way. It's either here nor there with Jamaicans, Caribbeans, Africans. Either they down, they know they black, they know what it is, fist is up, they riding for the cause. Because, I mean, even on some of the podcasts that I watch and that kind of thing, you know, most of the Asian are the Africans and Caribbeans that call in. They B1, they down for the cause, even though they not entitled to any benefits.
Right.
Because they ultimately know seeing us win is seeing them win. Duh.
Correcto mundo.
Because if we get the bread and we change the economy around and we're running shit, who you think we gonna hire first? We not finna be like, what, you from Kenya? You from Africa? If you black,
you are not my brother.
Yeah, we probably ain't even finna be doing that. But I bet you if it was the other way around, it would be. I wasn't supposed to say that. Dang, look, it's all juicy before we even get into the damn article. All right. Because all of this fake crime, that's why. All right.
Fake.
As a recent wave of attacks on older Asian Americans prompted calls for action and activism, experts urged the use of precise and accurate language in discussing the violence. I would agree. Because I ain't seen no hate crime yet. I'm wondering where they get the hate crime. They got the hate crime from us. Because when people perpetrate things against us, it's usually out of anti-black racism. So it's usually out of hate. That's our department. Don't be trying to steal our shit, nigga. But
as usual.
Right. The robberies and the assaults in several big city Chinatowns. So you telling me?
Oh man.
Hold up. So you telling me niggas is rolling around city to city, specifically to Chinatown, to get it popping? There's nowhere else to go. We're going to Chinatown to get it popping, fam. Whatever. All right.
How ridiculous does that sound?
Nah, man. It don't even make sense. Many of whom have been labeled the incident's hate crime, but recent high-profile cases that have gone viral on social media aren't being investigated as much, law enforcement officials say. Officials say that occurrences don't show the signs of being racially motivated. I agree.
I agree.
Damn.
I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't either. I'm stunned. I don't got anything to say after that sentence.
Listen, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming.
Look, I'm stunned. I don't got nothing to say. They're right. It's the truth. Social media posts have conflated violence against people who are Asian and hate crimes against the community at large. They have conflated the shit out of them. I agree.
Hold on, man. Who wrote this?
Yeah, I was just like, hold on. I was looking for the author of this joint. Like, who is writing this? This sounds like too much like right. There got to be some trickery in here somewhere. Got to be.
Yeah. That's just in the beginning. Remember, they always got to give you a little truth.
Right. Okay. But recent higher profile cases that have gone viral, blah, 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 blah. Social media have conflated the violence against Asian people who are Asian Americans, tying these crimes to the pandemic-related racism. Sources have declared a spike in hate crimes, citing an astronomical increase. But the figure that they refer to specifically reflects New York City and New York City data obtained by NBC Asian America. So, remember when we was reading that story the other day, and I said, yeah, it went up 1,900%, nigga, if it was nigga 1 and now it's 19. But that's not even nationwide. That's in New York only.
Hold on.
There's a lot of people in New York.
Hold on. And according to Asian America NBC.
So is it safe to say that the Asian publication is systematically using propaganda as well? Is that what that is?
You a cold piece, brother.
I mean, I just came up with that right now, but it seems like
Brother Ali Cold Piece.
Hold on, it seems like that the Asian publication is taking a book, a page out of the playbook of the major propaganda machine, white supremacy, and saying that, hey, we can control the narrative. We can lie about, look, what you say, TZ? We can lie about things that ain't happening and fabricate them in various forms of propaganda. We can do that too.
We can do that too.
But have you noticed something? Why we ain't lying in the broadcast? Why we ain't lying? Why we ain't trying to form nobody? Well, okay, we ain't lying, but it is propaganda. We do got propaganda. I hope our propaganda is very strong too. By the way, the propaganda, the opinions and the thoughts that we're trying to sway and form is help y'all stay educated, so y'all don't end up like the dude that we just did a story on last night.
Right.
Right.
I would say we're more pundits for the cause.
Pundits for the cause. Okay. I like that. Or is that just basic relayers of information? Because I mean,
that's it.
Just relayers of information. No, I mean, because there's no reason to lie because this is so detrimental. I mean, this is real life day to day to us. Lying actually could get us killed.
Hello.
If we don't say it the right way, if we don't make the right impact, if we don't tell y'all the implications behind the things that you're doing and why not to do them,
I don't have a security detail.
You can die from that. All right, moving right along. Some sources have declared a spike in Asian hate, and we already know that that's been conflated, as they said. And it refers to the NYC crime statistics of 2019 and 28. Which shows anti-Asian crime in 2019 and last year. Oh, so they added 2 years. So it was this year's couple little ticks and last year for a whole total combination, which makes up that 1,900%. Because remember, you was like, well, how much was it last year then?
Yeah.
Right? Well, we be kind of on point though. Niggas be kind of on point there. Hey, but this article's on point too. I'm fucking surprised.
Shocked.
Other sources refer to the 18 incidents this year involving Asians in Alameda County, California, but local law enforcement stated that there's no proof of any that have been racially motivated. What?
Hold on, man.
Law enforcement?
Dude, who did you? Somebody put you up to this.
Hold up. The enforcement arm of white supremacy is disagreeing with his buffer class, the ones that they just wrote legislation for. They're saying, hold up.
Don't exist.
No. Well, okay, now I get it now. See, when you build them up, you also got to smack them down too. You can't you can't let them think they getting too far, right?
Yeah,
we brought y'all in. We wrote a little legislation and shit where we gon' see. This is what Tariq was saying last night, and this is a point I definitely wanted to get across. I'm glad I remembered it. Y'all stay away from them Asian businesses, y'all, because they setting up the next George Zimmerman on the Asian side of the game, right? Now, so right now there's a quote unquote large fluctuation of Asian crime, right, which creates fear,
yes.
Right? So now, when the angry black person, because anytime we raise our voice or say anything as pushback, we angry at that point. You're angry, right? So soon as the angry, demonized, nobody really cares about black person nuts up and said Asian business. Now they got all rights to blow your dome off, do whatever they want, because now they fear because this influctuate. See, y'all better see where the game coming at. So what I'm saying to you is, if you don't want to put yourself in a position to die, because just like we seen with the cops in the car the other day, there might be my homie Tino around like, man, you on some bullshit. Leave cuz alone. And then it's that bad apple like, what are you trying to do? Make this case law? Let me go let me harass them. Let me do what I do. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't no consequences. They ain't got nobody to protect them. So here you go, getting you some egg foo young real quick. You standing too close to the counter. You took a too many
Holy sauces, duck sauce.
Too many hot mustards. You took
I need some of that duck sauce.
You took too many hot mustards. Now he done came from behind the counter, put his hands on you. You snap back. Hold up, you snap back. Just like cuz the other day. I'm sick of this. Why y'all stopping me? What the problem is? We sick and tired. So you ain't finna let Lil Kim Fu Young fuck you over. So you put the brakes on him, and then here come old girl from the back with the blap blap.
Chun-Li.
And had to put the spinning kick on you with the heat. And then when the police come, we know black lives don't matter to nobody. So then now the Asians is like, look, we just had to get legislation in place. Stop. Why would you do that? Why would you mess up my camera? We had to get legislation in place to get protections against us. I feared for my life. I didn't know what this black person was gonna do. You know how violent they are. You know how, right?
Yeah.
So heed this warning one time. You don't need no stir-fry pigeon. You don't need no sweet and sour rat meat.
Unless it's worth your life.
Unless it's worth your life. If you you can make fried rice and all that shit at the crib, dog.
I do all the time.
Let me make y'all feel stupid too. When was the last time an Asian was in your business patronizing your spot? When was you in a business, a black business, and seen an Asian come in and buy something? When have you ever heard of an Asian eating soul food? So they don't even go to your they don't go to your restaurants. They don't buy your things on. They have a strict policy that they don't shop with your ass. But ladies, y'all finna be trying to get your nails and your petties done like black girls, like black women don't do nails too.
Right.
Right? Y'all finna be in them nail shops. Y'all finna be in the wig shop. You don't really actually have to go to what's it called? What's it?
7 Mile.
7 Mile. Sally's. You know them is Asian owned too, Sally's.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess around anyways, but I'm not shocked.
So now it's 2021, y'all. It ain't no excuse. I'm pretty sure that who said never, and what you say never for, Jay Allison? Elaborate on what you said there. I see your comment, but what happened? What happened? Tell me. We want to be involved with you. We here with you. But oh no, you talking about they never shop at black places? You damn right. You know it. Never. I ain't never, ever in my life even seen it. But Tino shops with me. He buys my video services. Right?
It's a rarity.
Well, that's up to the individual. We're speaking in terms of the group. So if y'all don't like the way that I'm describing those in your group, then check those in your group.
Hello.
Because I bet you what you don't do is when those in your group start to nut up and come with all the anti-black racism, you turn a blind eye. So don't get all uncomfortable when we saying it out loud. What's really going on? You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. That hurt my ears. That hurt. La. That ain't me. Even though I was just over at my uncle's house the other day, and he was, had racist jokes and all of that, and you laughed. But then you get around your boy, and it's like, yo, what up, homeboy? See, don't trust that shit. Rap music is just music. That don't mean they fuck with you as a whole. But anyway, the point of this is, we trying to show y'all how they teaming up and how they getting on code against your black ass. Other sources refer to the 18 incidents this year involving Asians in Alameda County, blah, 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 blah. 6 hate crimes were reported in 2019 and 9 of them the following year. In 2021, the city reported 1 hate crime. All these stories we done had this whole year, and the city reported 1 hate crime. So it is going down. I mean, if you look out the streets, boy, it's nunchucks and kimonos all over the street. Stop.
A massacre in Chinatown.
Well, yeah, that's why Joe Biden Jay Allison said, trying to become a protected class, that includes specific funds for just that group. Yeah, so that's a twofold slap in the face and a kick in the nuts. Cause he like, yo, I know y'all been oppressed and abused for 400 some years. I don't give a fuck. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give what I should do for y'all to them. And then he doubled down on it. Now he finna do it for the Alphabet Crew. So you know who? Well, actually he did a 3-play. He took care of the Mexicanos. He took care of the Asians. Kamala got the Indians on lock. You heard the legislation she was doing for Asian Americans, right? And the Alphabet Crew. Everybody has been taken care of. You know who's next? The disabled people. They're going they going disabled next. Next is gonna be all type of discrimination on amputees.
Don't forget the mental illness.
Oh, well, you know who's gonna be included in on that, right? Palm colored people in this opioid addiction, this drug. Listen, y'all demonizing them. It's an addiction. They need help. But when your black ass was on crack, you go straight to jail, nigga, and don't collect no go or nothing, nigga. Just go to jail and work your.
We gonna give you some extra time, and we gonna make a difference between the powder and the rock.
Hey, I got OG goddamn B Douglas in this motherfucker. What up, man? And George, what up, OG? How you feeling, baby boy? Hey, man, we got some older, contemporary, fucking responsible adults tapping in. Hey, well, I appreciate that. I don't know if you.
That make me feel like a newsroom.
Yeah.
I'm a journalist.
I got journalistic integrity. Damn. Come back in the meeting, man. I hate when you do that. He probably hit the button and shit. He'll be back in a second. But let me go on with this ridiculous account of all of this non-existent Asian violence. So not all cities reflect increase. Either Washington, D.C., for example, who reported a decrease from 6 to 1 in D.C. So what they're saying is, in 2019 to 2020, I think in 2018 they had 6 Asian crimes. In 2019 they only had 1, and that's when the pandemic was starting to kick off at the end of 2020. Some outlets have also reported almost 3,000 hate crimes during the pandemic. Reporting from forums such as Stop AAPI Hate collected almost 2,800 reports of hate incidents nationwide over 5 months last year. But the incidents weren't necessarily hate crimes. They included less severe, yet insidious forms of discrimination, including shunning, verbal harassment, and name calling. So, remember y'all when I was saying that even when we was reading the articles about this fake Asian crime, nobody was getting hands put on them. They was talking about people being pushed to the ground, pushed out the way. Nobody actually got a hit. Nowhere. Nobody got touched. Until this story that we heard the other day, which was in Chinatown. And in that case, we automatically know that was an Asian person that did that too. So there's no hate crime there. I don't know who is. Let me give credit to the author of this here young story, because first of all, it say like NBC News. It got the NBC logo and all of that. It say NBC News app. So this is NBC News. How are they almost kind of telling the truth? I don't get it. But let me read on, because now I'm gonna have to read it all, because I really got to figure out what's the angle on this joint. But they said they wasn't necessarily hate crimes. They was just, forms of discrimination and shunning. Stop AAPI Hate said 69 occurrences included racist language in addition to a physical incident. Nonprofit doesn't report those to the police. Regardless, Asian Americans have every right to their fear and anger at this time, said Michael Aaron Kunamatata. What do you call him? What's his name? Herschel Junebug Coon Walker or whatever, because Michael Eric Dyson, he's one of them niggas that constantly out here trying to promote his book. So in order to get these speaking engagements on CNN and NBSC and all that, he has to say halfway slick disparaging shit about black people, until Cuz come back. I'm sorry, y'all. Until Cuz come back, we're gonna do it like this. But he's one of them dudes that gotta say little funny shit you know what I'm saying, to stay relevant on white publications. But he said, we have to acknowledge the pain. Asian brothers and sisters can no longer be demanded to be quiet as they enter in the price that they pay for acceptance in the broader community of American ethnicity. Dyson, he already been canceled. If y'all don't know who Michael Eric Dyson is, he's the dude that wears the glasses, that tries to talk and tries to do this and tries to be real cool when he talk and tries to say shit all smart and shit. But he was really like Bill Maher's little puppet when Bill Maher said the N-word and he tried to be like, I know Bill Maher ain't racist. That's my friend. So we already know what kind of dude he is. But Mr. Eric Dyson, shut the fuck up, dude. Last thing we need is people from not the team talking that shit. I see you say yo in the chat. Are you back? Hold on. You started another call? All right, let me join it. Let's get you back. We get us back online here. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, buddy. I don't know what happened. I was holding it down while you were gone because I knew that you would be back eventually.
I know. I was tuning in.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Let me get the.
Yeah, talking about Michael bucket naked.
No. What you call it? I ain't get the terminology right. What is it? Coon Johnson. What is it? What is it? What is it? Junebug?
Rah, sis, coon, bye.
No, that's for the females. But the males is Herschel.
You talking about Herschel Junebug Walker?
Oh yeah, he's a Herschel Junebug Walker. Straight. Thank you. I couldn't figure out which one it was. I thought it was like Herschel Coon Walker or something like that. But Herschel Junebug Walker, Eric Dyson. So he said we gotta acknowledge the pain. Do they acknowledge our pain, Mr. Herschel Junebug, Eric Dyson Walker, Coon Face? Nah. They don't even shop at your. They don't even shop at your stores, let alone recognize your pain. Did they recognize our pain when Peter Liang shot that black guy in the hallway and Asians came out in droves to protest and say, "Hey, if the white cops get off for murdering blacks, why can't he?" Did y'all forget that? Y'all might have forgot that. I think they might have forgot that. They forgot about the Peter Liang story.
Y'all must have forgot.
But this article is NBC. NBC News.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Let me go to the author. Who wrote this? The author on this is Spencer. No. This is Kimmy Yam. Kimmy Yam. YAM. Shout out Scooby G Slim or shout out my man because that's his thing. Yam. But anyway, he says that's his thing. So now they're saying other source. What they said. I want to get to this. Regardless, Asian Americans have every right to their fear. No, they don't, nigga. Shut up. While anti-Asian sentiment has risen during the corona pandemic, experts say it's important to evaluate each case individual. They said both defendants and victims deserve fair and trial and don't need to be condemned with public opinion. Well, they don't say any of that for black people. Bill Cosby. They emphasize that there could be a particularly importance if a suspect, if suspects are of color and in contents of justice system, and they haven't been proven to be colorblind. Well, you can't be colorblind because if anybody says that they're colorblind around y'all, run real fast. They're racist as shit. I don't see color.
The most racist.
I don't see color.
Might try to eat you.
Right. It's like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Straight up.
Calls for protection amongst the safety of Asian Americans has reverberated throughout the pandemic, but it has particularly graphic string of attacks on elders at the beginning of this year, which Now they kind of conflating what they just said because they just said it was one.
Right.
Oh, now see, here go the trickery.
I knew that had to be something.
Here it comes. Then he said a string of attacks of elders at the beginning of the year, many of which were caught on camera and circulated online. I wonder how. A video from January of a 91-year-old person can be seen being robbed, pushed to the ground in Chinatown. So he said robbed and pushed to the ground. That's.
I've never seen the rob. I seen the push. I think that was the video we seen.
Yeah, but check it out.
It was an Asian guy.
But ain't nobody immune from being robbed though. No matter what race you is, nigga. If you get robbed, you get robbed. There's no hate crime in that. Okay.
And like I said, it looked like an Asian guy.
It was, because it was in Chinatown, remember? And this is what they say. Pushed down in Chinatown, Oakland, California. The suspect, Yaha Muslim, who was accused of 2 other attacks that same day, was charged with 3 counts of assault. A separate attack last month that was recorded on surveillance, ironically. Video shows Vika Rantan Patdi. So was he like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I can't even say that. Who shows Victor, the R word last name, 84, being shoved to the ground in San Francisco. So was this dude paid to shove people? Like, don't really hurt him. Don't really hit him because that's assault. We probably can't bail you out. But if you push him, that's fine. Make sure it's,
hold on.
Make sure it's in front of the
kid. Never say no race about the other folk, but as soon as it's one of the ones you don't like, said he was Muslim.
Well, no, they didn't know. Well, they didn't even actually say he was Muslim. His name is Muslim. And you know they probably want to highlight that. No, that's his name, Yahama Muslim.
Oh, okay.
And they put that out there because his name is Muslim. You know how they trying to. Yeah, we see you, dog. Let me see. He was shoved to the ground and later died from his injuries. Well, he was 84, and if he got into a confrontation, then he might have ruptured something. Okay, then we got Slyman Nawabi, a public defender who is representing Anton Watson, 19, in San Francisco, an incident where there was absolutely zero evidence that Mr. Blah Blah Blah's ethnicity and age was the motivating factor behind the assault. Who are they talking about? They're still being really vague with who's actually doing this. Just because y'all said that name, that really doesn't say who he was. Anybody could have any name.
Right.
I'm smelling palm-colored individuals. In another violent incident in New York. So now they breaking down each and every video that we damn near already covered and showing how it wasn't no anti-Asian racism involved at all. Like we said. So.
Hey, and this the author. This is Kimmy Yam.
Kimmy look like she had some black dick. New York City, Noel Quintana, 61, Filipino American, was slashed in the face while riding the subway. Quintana had little interactions with his attacker or stranger whom he was moving away from when he was attacked. He told People magazine that he was unsure of what was the motivation behind it. I don't want this to be to think because I'm Asian, he said. I don't want to think about that because it could also just happen to be about nothing. I don't know. 3 incidents are being investigated as hate crimes, but publications and activists have grounded them under the term without supporting evidence and have been racially motivated. So, like we said, MC Dumbass Light, y'all out here, Michael Dumbass, Eric Dumbass Dyson, fucking who else? What's dude name? I'm ready to go right now. What's his name? John Legend. You fucking dummy. Y'all out here pushing this narrative, and here we go with a real publication talking about it's all some bullshit. Y'all couldn't see that?
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Even to the point where one of the people was like, well, I don't know if it was because I was Asian.
Exactly. He said that. Nah. But listen, they could see it, fam. They know exactly what it is. That means that they had to do what they paid handlers told them to do. That's how you can tell when somebody being controlled. When we read a regular ass story and y'all, the viewer, be like, that sounds like some bullshit. You believe me, they thought it was some bullshit too. But you know, when your next TV show appearance or your next movie role is dependent upon you saying the right things in public so that you don't alienate your handlers, then yeah, then you're like Common. When you narrate, now you know that they got this show coming out, and he specifically said out his own mouth, a new black show that's for everybody. Let that sink in a little bit. A new black television program that's for everybody. Totally null and voiding the first part of the whole sentence. So it's not a black television show if it's for everybody. You know, you know what?
Goes hand in hand.
Y'all know how we got here? With y'all niggas steady saying black and brown. Y'all know how we got here? Why y'all thinking everybody that ain't the dominant society is cool with you and on the team because they ain't number one? Don't you know that they cool with being number two? You can tell. Number two don't buck up if they like number one and want to stay in their position. They don't care as long as they ain't on the bottom with the Negroes.
Right.
You know, people wake up and that's their self-esteem a day, man. Look, man, I might be Asian, I might be Mexican, I might be Indian, but I ain't no nigga though. Let me go ahead and go outside and enjoy my day. It's fucked up, but shit's real. All right, so right. So this says in quotes. It said coverage should attend to nuance and be clear about what it is and not known in the case. Well, no, that would defeat the purpose of said propaganda. They want to play up this fear. Seek out answers to difficult questions and more than just, based off assumptions. And it was also so that those at stake can have better stories told. Okay, so y'all saying lie, but don't lie, cause y'all lying and then trying to tell some truth. See what they doing in this article? They got us. They reeled us in with some truth.
That's what I said from the beginning.
So let me read down a little bit and see where the trick bag come, because this is a fucking long ass article that I'm not gonna read the whole thing of. So let's go to the last two paragraphs and see if we can find the bullshit. Just because black folk have been oppressed themselves doesn't issue a carte blanche so to speak on issues the Chinese. They still quoting Mr. Kuna Matata? Sorry, y'all. I don't want to read shit he got to talk about. He's caping for them. Dyson said, and history has shown that marginalized communities can be manipulated by white supremacy, and the communities of color must be vigilant. That was a confusing ass sentence, because he's making a point and then doing what his point is saying, and saying that's what needs to happen. Okay, whatever. Ultimately, regardless of the intentions behind the crime, the fear and pain felt by Asians, nigga, I ain't heard cuz talk like this for nobody or nothing. Where's all this compassion coming from, cuz?
You don't even got pain like that for itself.
Dude, well, he was caping for Bill Maher, so it makes sense. Asian American and other marginalized groups shouldn't bear the brunt of racism. They don't. Are y'all giving it to them? Because they don't. Prejudice or bigotry. Well, everybody's prejudiced and everybody's bigoted in a way.
In a way.
And they quoted him all the way out. All of this is his words. It's a way to balance that by saying, look, we don't want to reinforce any stereotypes, but at the same time, we want to uproot and address any form of prejudice and bigotry that prevails in any community, he said. What about your own community, Kuna Matata? God, that just...
Herschel Junebug Walker.
Now I see what this article was about. See how she just used him to say the shit that she wanted to say?
Yeah.
She came out with a little truth that she probably knew was the truth because she knows it's some bullshit. So she just admitted to you, yeah, I hear y'all with the Asian rhetoric and I know it's some bullshit, but let me quote this black guy who went out and cooned, for us. Let me quote what he said because that's what I really agree with, so it don't look like I said it. So y'all, they're going really hard to set up the what is an Asian name? What's an Asian name? You really don't know one because Asians always turn their names American when they come here. So like their name could be Zhao Zin and they call her Beth.
Right.
Well, now they're playing up the game. They're giving Asians protections. They're stoking the fire and flames of fear. So all that means is that this powder keg is at some point is gonna have to burst. And guess where it's gonna burst? On your nigga ass in the nail shop or in the goddamn Chinese food place. Cause guess what? We don't really encounter them anywhere else. I don't really see niggas taking strolls through Chinatown. When do you deal with Asians other than to get something to eat? And well, ladies, nail, hair. See y'all gotta check. They got y'all by the clit, ladies. They got y'all by the coochie hairs.
Hold on, hey, hold on. All the little hood shops where you get your little gear at, like 7 Mile and your what was that other? All them little black hip hop bebop shops.
Nah, hold on.
Them be white, them be Asian.
Hold on, You're right. They do be on the low. It be the Asian dude back there with the herringbone on that like niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be wanting to say nigga in every curse word and shit. Like I'm your man's. I'm too John Blaze for that.
The sneaker shop with the hard to find sneakers that you like.
Mm-hmm. See, black people, we need to come together and get up on our own shit. Cause look, if y'all can't tell what's happening, so listen to this. Check this out. So say, everybody does blatant disrespect and perpetuates extreme anti-black racism. Then we not gonna have nobody. Look, then we not gonna have nobody to fuck with. Then guess what? It's just gonna be all on us. So guess what? Why don't we just start it being all on us right now? I dare one of you niggas to go open an Asian food restaurant as a black man. I dare one of y'all. I'd shop there.
Hey, get a nail shop.
Oh, speaking of nail shops and Asians and racism, Ling Ling from Love and Hip Hop was on a live stream using the N-word because, she has a black baby dad and her kids are black and I do a lot for the black community. I give charity. I opened up nail shops in the black community. She said that.
Hold on. So one of her benefits to the black community is opening up a nail shop.
No, extracting financial resources is her benefit. And her benefit and the way she got in was she got the same thing that white dudes do with Asian women. They marry an Asian and then go do some foreign account. You know what I'm saying? To get access to the foreign account. Like who's that? Mitch McConnell. He got him an Asian. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Most of the white CEOs got Asian. Most of the white CEOs got an Asian. Just so you know.
What's the name? Facebook.
Yep. Yep. He do. But anyway, check it out. So now here we go. They setting up the Asian crimes. They don't shop at your store, so you really actually force yourself to be around them, y'all. Can you do without that L4 lunch plate? Can you do without? Can you buy your weave, nails, eyelids, eyelashes, buttocks, waist trainers and all that shit online? Shit, it's 2021 now. Like most motherfuckers, most of the black entrepreneurs got their shit out there. It'd be hard pressed if you can't scroll up and down your timeline and see some black person selling something you need.
But here that lies the problem.
Uh-oh.
Can you purchase and start your own thing and not be buying products that come from China?
Well, thanks to the United States, that's not possible. Unless you manufacturing it and make it here in the good old United Stizzies.
But I still say that's better than going and patronizing their business. At least you went over to, grabbed the whoopie.
Well, yeah, I mean,
spent the bag. I'm still gonna say that's better.
Of course it is.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I think it is.
AAPI.
No, I know. I think you're spot on with that. I think it is better. I mean, if you're going to at least position, yourself in the winning position, shit. I mean, you can't help where the manufacturers and all that shit. Just do business.
I mean, because pretty much you won't be buying nothing in the whole United States that ain't somehow, you know what I'm saying, manufactured over there. Yeah.
So I just read an article where like a police officer shot a shoplifting suspect. So add jaywalking and now shoplifting to the list of the shit that you could do as a black man to die. We never got to the police thing, but basically LA County sheriffs are moving around like a gang. There was an anonymous good apple or two that decided to spill the beans anonymously. I mean, rightfully so for good reasons. But they decided to spill the beans and tell us things like the LA County sheriff's banditos is what they call them, a Mexican gang that patrols the black and the Hispanic neighborhoods. You know, they have to initiate a shooting to be initiated and shit. So they doing real gang shit. Shit we knew already. Shit. That's why we call them race soldiers, y'all. Because they are a gang and they're soldiers in the race war that we're in right now. So, which means they won't hesitate to blop your ass. So, you know, forget the gang thing. I think this Asian thing is way more important. Because as you see, even in a publication that we probably read one of these Asian stories from recently, now they saying that it's conflated. Now they saying it's a little bit too much with the hate crime against Asians, which I agree.
And one of the victims, even they self said, I'm not so sure it was based on my race.
Right, and then based off of that, then they turn around. They use that truth now look at the trickery, y'all. They use that truth in the beginning of the article to get you sucked in. You see how I want to keep reading that? I couldn't believe what the fuck my ears was hearing. And then right at the bottom, they brought out Herschel Kuhn Jr. Walker the third. Herschel Kuhn Jr. Walker the third. Dyson. They brought him out to explain exactly what they wanted to say in the beginning. So this is what y'all need to watch for. They put up the good shit, then it's minorities. Or they say what you need to hear right in the beginning, but the rest of it was going to be fluff. Because I skipped a whole bunch of paragraphs, but it was like paragraph after paragraph of this dumb nigga fucking monologuing about how we need to be compassionate about this fake Asian crime. Shit, my nigga Tino would have told me if an Asian crime was out there. Man, he would have been like, yo, cuz, you heard about what's been going on, cuz? Like, I would know. I would know. I don't even live that far from Chinatown. I don't watch news, so. But I wonder if they are doing that on the low. I'm gonna have to check out a broadcast from the Las Vegas News tonight to see if that's a concerted effort across the country to stoke those flames, right? Because they can do it nationally with these papers and shit. Right. But I want to know is that order been sent down to the one people?
I think it is. I think just the setup of it has to be like perfect. So they ain't been having all the stars to align because it's so stupid that everything got to line up.
Hey, another thing I just noticed that this publication just did, they put that in there to cover their ass.
Yeah.
Right. So when it come out that it was some bullshit, because it's going to. Well, they can like, we made a piece on there that said it was being conflated and da. That was to cover that.
We had a victim even come on that said it was wrong. We even had the Asian writer write it.
Yep, that's what they do to save their ass.
But we asked the Broham about it, and he said it exists.
Yeah, right. Well, in closing, y'all, watch out for the trick bag. They trying to set up the next Asian Zimmerman. I was looking for an Asian name because I was going to say an Asian name and then Zimmerman, but Asian Zimmerman. That's what they look. That would have been funnier, right? If I would have. Yao Yu Yang Zimmerman. That's what they're trying to set up.
I had a homie Yao Vang.
Yeah.
Shout out Yao Vang.
Oh,
Southside, Minneapolis. Shout out.
Yeah, I got, man. That ain't my own. Tino ain't my only Asian homie. My nigga Chang.
Oh, my man G Yang.
And when I say my nigga, I really mean my nigga.
You heard me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas done broke bread. Niggas done been in compromising all that shit. Like, that shit is individual up to the person. And we sorry for going so hard on y'all group. But check your group. Don't check us. We just...
Especially, hey. And we went just as hard on the media for setting this old dumb stuff up.
Yeah, we did.
Now, if y'all go along with it,
right? Don't be like
talking about you.
Hey, look, don't
if
be
you
like
ain't going along with it, then I ain't talking about you.
Well, look, but don't be like, oh, that stuff is out of control. That stuff is bad. It don't have nothing.
Come on, man.
And then don't have nothing to say about it, right?
Right. You complicit.
Low key benefiting from it at the same time, right?
Right.
Other than that, man, listen. We want to know what kind of news y'all like too. Thank you. Jay Allison said they enjoyed the show. Thank you. We appreciate that. We try to bring you news with as much as fact as possible. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be slight opinion in there because obviously we feel some sort of way. We just humans. But I hope y'all take the message from the show. And the show is watch out for these trick bags out there. Matter of fact, the more I say that, I'm like, that might need to be a segment or a theme, like trick bag. Like we going in the trick bag or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? What we gonna pull out from the trick bag today? Right?
Yeah. See, that's your joint. It's the same as the banana in the tailpipe.
Okay.
It's the trick bag. Hold on. What you got, you a pinlight fan?
Oh, you didn't know I smoke pipes too? It's not all blunts and joints, bro. It's not all blunts and joints, bro. You know, I'll see you, brother. I be. What happened?
Hey, straight up.
We on the good internet, ain't we? Hold on, what the hell's going on? Now twice, and we still on the good internet. What the hell's going on? Okay, all right, let's get up out of here. Maybe I noticed shit starts to happen after the hour mark. Have you noticed that? I did. Cause now I definitely belong here. And now that I'm here, I'ma change the game. I always been here, I'ma tell you what's wrong here. The industry changing, your content strange. But I'm good, and I'm straight. I'm from the land of the 10,000 legs. I know you wish you could, but some can't. I learned from my mistakes and I done felt all the breaks. Learn to cut the grass real fast for the snakes. Learn to give a little bit more than I take. Too many times I score back, break, pump, fake. Man, I knew it was something, couldn't ignore it, it was fake. All of your misconceptions, you thought I would
miss my blessings.
Serious.
All of your misconceptions, you thought
I ain't never gonna stop this shit, man.
Me, baby, you crazy.
Look, I was once lost but found me. I had so many people around me, almost drowned me. It astounds me like the level of deceit when your people try to play you like somebody in the street. Like even when you praise him and you try to see him eat. Not to mention all the shit you did to get him on his feet. Kid, the thoughts get crazy or I put him on repeat. Thinking shit was all gravy but it wasn't really sweet.
He been hula hooping through loopholes, working around shit.
Even had a nigga try to rebrand my business on some clown shit.
Thought I would miss my blessings, my blessings. Baby, you crazy.
Look.
He been hula hooping through loopholes, working around shit. He been hula hooping through loopholes, working around shit. All of your misconceptions, you thought I would miss my blessing. The ultimate misdirection, you thought I would miss.
Look at man, now that you done out the joint about 2 weeks, don't you think it's about time you gave me my money?
Told you I ain't had your money yet, man.
Fuck you mean you ain't got my money yet? Motherfucker, everybody know you hid the money from that robbery before you went on stage.
I told you, motherfucker, I ain't got your money yet, man.
Fuck you mean you ain't got the money yet?
Fuck you think you is, man? Motherfucking Ron O'Neal or something? What you gonna do? I'm supposed to be scared now because you got a pistol, motherfucker.
I got the PayPal, Cash App, Zelly, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspend, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash. Check, reparation, check, reparation, check, reparation, check, reparation, check, reparation, check, reparation, check, yeah. Well, if you talking compensation, it's about that time. You gave everybody theirs, I'm trying to get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. Two step, come on. Two steps, come on. This is it, come on. This is it, come on. Two step, come on. Yeah, two step, two step, come on. Yeah, come on. Two step, come on. Two steps, come on. Yeah, come on. Two steps, come on. Two steps, come on. Yeah, two steps, come on.
I don't mean to cut you off or interrupt what you do, but if time is money, minutes moolah.
True.
So you know I'm about to ask you like,
What you about to do?
I gotta go, gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you trippin'. I gotta go, I really ain't got time. You can holler at me later, shawty, bang my line. Bang my line, shawty, bang my line. You can holler at me later, shawty, bang my line. Shawty, bang my line, bang my line. You can holler at me later, shawty, bang my line.
Tryna bring it back. I'm a big dog tryna bring it back. I'ma slide in the way, bring it back. Let a nigga tap, tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back.
When I'm alone in my whip, sometimes I stare at the phone. And when I think in my mind, I gotta see what you want. Soon as I finish this drink, I'ma leave the club. Think it's one of them nights, man, I need to fuck.